A chilly start across the north today, largely fine with sunshine, but a storm is brewing for tomorrow. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain. The big debate. We're not even allowed to think about it until November, Richard. No. Yeah.
You put an extra jumper on, don't you?
Many extra layers.
An extra layer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry.
Star jumps, you've been fine.
Yes.
Okay.
So people are actually not putting it on for, living, and people will be, concerned as...
The heat waves across much of the near continent, Spain, Portugal, France, Germany, have record temperatures, and they've been so close. And lots of people have been asking, why wasn't our summer so hot? Well, because the jet stream sat overhead in August. It brought us wet and windy weather. But then it moved to the north for all of September, most of October, allowing all of this warm weather to move in. But now it's moving back south. So the jet stream will sit overhead for the rest of the week, and that is why we have this storm.
But it is going to get...
The weather comes, that is when the jet stream brings the wet and windy. And actually, the storm we have coming, normally it's a deep area of low pressure that brings a big
Babet.
punching...
Storm Babet, yeah.
Normally it brings a big punching band of wind. This is actually named for how much rain it's set to bring. So we will have rain for 3 days solidly, up to 250 millimetres. So we actually don't normally name them for the rain, but this one will be for how much rain will...
And when does that start?
It starts on Wednesday evening until Friday.
Well, I promise you...
Thank you so much,
It was just a one-off yesterday.
About it, but 1 degree lowering your temperature and your thermometer will save 10% in your energy bills.
I'll do that.
So if you could have advice is to keep your house at 16 degrees, that, will save a lot of money.
Profitable.
To 17, because it makes a big difference.
Well, they're going to stay warm.
Literally, that makes me want to have a heart attack.
I thought it
You would be sweating. You'd be just in your pants constantly. No?
Well, maybe it's like...
Over 20, ever.
Really?
Ever.
Yeah.
That 20 is warm enough.
OK.
Yeah, and for
Star jumps. Before I get on to the UK weather, a Brazilian weather friend of mine has texted me about what's happening in the Amazon. So the second largest river in Brazil has managed to lower deforestation there by 50% compared to this time last year, and he wants deforestation to end completely by 2030. So some not great news, but also things are looking up in Brazil as well. Good morning to you. Now, weather-wise, for the next few days, you'll have heard about a storm developing. It is named from the Met Office because it is set to cause disruption. Storm Babet. It's set to arrive later on tomorrow, moving its way north, and it will bring with it rain. A lot of it across the northeast of England, southern areas of Scotland. Warnings in force for Wednesday, for Thursday, for Friday into Saturday, up to 250 millimetres in these areas, and that, accumulatively over 3 days, brings the risk of flooding. It's that will bring the impact, not the strength of the wind. So that's coming tomorrow. For today, it is largely fine and dry. Where we have our clearest conditions, that is where it's coldest, so a reverse of fortunes for today. The south starting with temperatures between 7 and 9 degrees, so mild when you step out this morning, but cold and frosty for Scotland and Northern Ireland. But here you have the sunshine. So plenty of sunshine to start the day. The cloud melts away in the south. It's largely fine and dry with sunshine, and temperatures today, within yesterday, 16 degrees, so no need for that heating. Good morning to you. Well, where Andy was today, it is set to be 24 degrees with glorious sunshine. Further west, though, wet and windy weather is set to sweep across the UK. That is a storm arriving yesterday. The Met Office named it Storm Babet. It's set to arrive tomorrow evening, bringing with it heavy rain. That will be the focus for the disruption. We name a storm when they are set to cause widespread disruption. It will rain through Thursday, Friday, ending on Saturday. So it's the cumulative effect of all of this rain that will bring with it some flooding. Today, though, it is dry. For many of us, make the very most of that. It turns cloudier and windier from the southwest later. First thing this morning, a very different start. In the south, it is much cloudier, and it means it is much milder, about 10 degrees warmer than this time yesterday. In the north, it is clear, cold and frosty, but at least you're greeted by sunshine. And yes, it may be cloudy initially in the south. That cloud will lift and break, revealing some beautiful autumn sunshine as we head through the afternoon. And temperature-wise today, 12 to 16 degrees, so warmer than it was yesterday. But here comes the cloud and rain, and here comes the change. So let's take a look at how things pan out as we head through the next 7 days. So we'll look at the north of the UK first of all. So we look at Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern areas of England. And the big thing we've noticed is how cold it's been, this real chill, a big drop in our temperatures over the weekend. And temperatures stay around about, if not below average, through the next few days. Percentage chance of rainfall. It is dry for today. The wet weather doesn't arrive until later on tomorrow, and then it's through Thursday, Friday and Saturday. We have this heavy rain around with warnings in force that are likely to be upgraded to amber later on today. Fortunes further south for England and Wales for the next 7 days. Well, again, temperatures have been very chilly, and they sit around about a little above average as we head through the next few days. No great shakes, but it is the rain that is the issue. Largely dry today, it turns wet from the west tomorrow, an increasing chance of seeing heavy rainfall for the end of the week, and then showers into the weekend.
Colder up there, so I did put it on for an hour.
Some obviously much more serious reasons.
A little bit warmer the back end of this week, isn't it?
So as the
I won't put my heating on again until the temperature dips again.